All right. Can we, Warren McKnight, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. Well, everybody close your eyes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Wooten will be here in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, but we should get started because it is 2 o'clock. So, Pastor Murray, if you'd like to give the invocation.
Sure thing. Your date dropped that. You're sitting.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I've been texting with Jim, so I could stall until he gets here, but I won't. I understand that there was a few weeks early on, beginning of the year, that some of my clergy colleagues didn't quite make it in. When we had a meeting, they did send their apologies and be assured, they wanted you to be assured that there was nothing personal meant towards that.
Don't worry, we prayed for them anyway.
Good. So I'm delighted to be here with you folks, and I know it's a busy time for you all. So together, let's pray.
There you go, Jim. Sorry. Jim's here.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I can't miss the doctor.
We're settling into prayer.
Thank you.
Good and gracious God, we do give you thanks for this amazing day, for time together, for our abilities, for our wisdom, and for our collective strength. And we pray, O God, for your help. Erase all prejudice, umbrage, mistrust. Erase all that stands in the way of sound and fair judgment, O God. Help us to temper our wants, our naivety, so that we can better meet the needs of those who are truly needful and looking for your blessing. Guide our leaders and our politicians, and help us, O God, not to let politics get in the way of sound business and of working together as your children of faith, of peace, and of hope. In your great name we pray, and together we say, Amen.
Pastor Murray, thank you very much for First Congregational Church. Somebody look up the word Namiety, because that's the one I didn't know.
Excess.
Okay, there we go. All right. Do we have a dog today? And Harriet, town board's going to come to you. Stay there, Harriet. Well, the dogs may not be here, so we're going to come to you. To bring my glasses. It is, for those of you that don't know, this is Harriet Haas's birthday week. And am I allowed to say how old? 75 years young. So it is both fitting and proper that the residents of the town of Riverhead join this town board with in the celebration of the 75th birthday of Harriet Haas. Harriet Haas was born in Manhattan and has made Riverhead her home for the past 17 years. Harriet was born the same year that bread cost 8 cents a loaf, milk was 34 cents a gallon, and a car was only $800. And the average household income was about $6,500. So things have come. Our average house was $6,500, and the average income was $1,900. Harriet retired. I didn't realize you were a New York State civil service employee. What did you do?
I was a computer specialist.
Wow, a computer specialist. Well, we are happy to have you here, and you always entertain us with song. So now, if everybody would join me
Oh, boy. Here we go.
in a rendition of happy
behind Jim.
birthday. We'll get started.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Harriet. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Many more.
And on behalf of the town, myself and the town board, we've got this wonderful proclamation for you. And we appreciate all the times you come out to sing for us. So we thought it would be fitting for us to sing to you. Was that okay?
Yep.
Good. Lauren, good?
Perfect. One more.
Oh, don't fall.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
All right. Do we have a puppy tonight?
No.
No puppy today. No puppy today. Okay.
Okay.
Well, Harriet, thank you.
Thank
Now we
you.
have, it's all about Michael Reichel Day today as well. So, Michael, why don't you come on up?
From the EPA, he got an award from the EPA for the sushi we had created
For the
sprinkling
vitamin water?
onto
For the
the-
vitamin water?
Yeah.
So,
Russo Fina. Frank Russo.
the one thing that you have, the residents have to know,
Congratulations.
everything runs downhill to Michael Reichel. And if it doesn't run downhill to Michael Reichel, we pump it to Michael Reichel. He is our sewage district superintendent for the Calverton and the Riverhead Sewage Treatment Plant. And he won a very prestigious award. I wish we had known. We would have probably sent somebody in there to EPA when you got that award and said something nice about you.
You can't really say anything. Well, they wouldn't let you say anything.
So Michael won a very prestigious award from the EPA, and Michael is a staunch advocate for the environment. When we started here, he wanted a windmill. We're going to get him solar, right, George?
Yes, we'll get
Cheap solar. We didn't get his windmill, but he's worked on both upgrades to the Riverhead Sewage Treatment Plant, the 2002-3 upgrade, and the new one now that's going to reduce nitrogen in the Peconic Estuary by about 75%. Lawyers' numbers, maybe not your numbers, but he's also pushed for probably 20 years to get the sewage discharge effluent to be used to water Indian Island Golf Course. And that is a project that is going forward now. In fact, the pipe is in and we're almost connected. And last but not least, we're going to be hopefully this time, maybe next year, doing an upgrade to the Calverton sewage treatment plant, which doesn't have nitrogen removal. It only has secondary treatment, and we're going to be putting a tertiary nitrogen removal system in and pumping the effluent north of the groundwater divide. And so Michael is really on the forefront of everything that is sewage in the town. I see Peter Scully beat you out on that $170,000 a year job with Steve Ballone, but maybe we could get you. Michael, he is one of the best department heads that we have, and it is my pleasure to work with him. So on behalf of the town board and myself, we have this nice proclamation for you. And I think I said more than in there, so we're going to give that to you.
Thank you.
And we really appreciate you representing us.
Thank you very much. I just want to thank the town board for their support on all the improvements that we've made, everything that we've done, and most of all, the employees that work at the sewer district, because without them, nothing gets done. That's the facts.
That's true.
I just want to say one thing about Michael. If you read in the paper, Steve Ballone, our county executive, has just announced an initiative for the Southwest Sewer District to come about and putting their sewage, after it's treated, onto the golf courses. Michael, 4 years ago, was testing and had almost everything ready to go to put on our golf course at Indian Island. And all we needed was this upgrade to do it, putting the piping in, and by next year, we'll be putting our treated sewage onto the golf course.
Effluent.
To save the environment. Treated, I said treated. I said treated.
Highly treated.
Highly treated onto the golf course to save the environment because of the fertilizer going into the ground. So Michael's ahead of the game on this count, and of course, when
when the West gets all this stuff, we don't get anything out here on the East End. So we have to keep moving along slowly and trying to be ahead of the game. So thank you, Michael.
Good job, Michael.
Good, George.
Oh, boy. I know where you were today.
Actually, I was early this morning. I was at your
My house? Oh, I was gonna say, did somebody pass away?
Nikki's birthday. Let's stop that.
Yeah, it takes 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on traffic.
Killing it, isn't it?
Okay, so, on that note, somebody spilled coffee all over the calendar. That is pretty yucky. All righty. Welcome, Ms. Prudenti. I guess our town attorney is,
In Justice Court.
well, thank you for serving us. John, if you want to get started.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion we approve the minutes of April 21st, 2015 Town Board meeting. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The minutes are approved. I'll just go right into reports. Tax receiver, total tax collection to date as of April 21st, $75,181,205.63. Town clerk monthly report for April, $8,661.96. The Water District submitted their 2014 annual water quality report, consumer confidence report, and supplemental data package. Town of Riverhead annual financial report for 2014 was also submitted. Under applications, and these are all pending town board approval, First Baptist Church Health, Wellness, and Fitness Fair, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, CF Cycle for Life, Wading River Shoreham Annual Duck Pond Day, Starfish Junction Productions North Fork Craft Beer Festival, Jamesport Firemen's Association Annual Firemen's Carnival, Long Island Abate Annual Veterans Appreciation Run. And if you want to go onto our website, there's more information about all those. Under correspondence, there were 12 letters expressing opposition and/or concern as to the proposed special permit application of URT. Frank Deniseski sent a letter recognizing the benefit of the proposed special permit application of URT. John Katsimatidis of United Riverhead Terminal sent a letter withdrawing the special permit application of URT. There was also a letter from Jeffrey Charles and his recognizing his support for the J. King's project on Sound Avenue. And that's it.
All right, any other town board reports?
No, not, well, we'll do the resolution for the townwide cleanup, but I'll talk about that.
Okay.
I just want to make a mention that on June 14th, they're going to have a dinner in honor of the veterans at Polish Hall. I think the cost is $23, and you get a steak dinner, and it helps the organization that benefits the veterans that we have that are home now. So if anyone's available, June 14th, Polish Hall.
On a Sunday? It's a
It's
Sunday?
on a Sunday.
Okay.
It's the day after Flag Day, so it says Flag Day.
It's on Flag Day.
It is Flag Day. They're having this dinner, so if anyone's out there that wants to go, it's 4 to 8, I think. 4 to 8 are the times. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other reports? No? All right, we have 4 public hearings today. The first one was scheduled for 2:05, and this is the consideration of a proposed local law to amend Chapter 45 entitled Alarm Systems of the Riverhead Town Code. Dan McCormick, would you like to step up? We're going to open that public hearing. It is now 2:15, and we'll open up the public hearing. And Dan, if you could just give us a few words about this public hearing.
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. Good afternoon, respective town board members. This particular code provision involves disbursement of fine monies or charge monies collected concerning our false alarm program. By way of town board enactment in a previous resolution, the town board enacted a statute that permits a 70-30 split. That is, of the fine money collected, 70% would go to the respective fire districts, the 4 that is serving the town of Riverhead, and 30% would be retained by the town of Riverhead regarding our own administrative costs. So this particular code provision would rescind that particular split, maintain the money within the town of Riverhead to be used pursuant to various functions within the town.
Okay.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes, sir?
Have we got any reports of false alarms from any of the fire departments? This has been active for, what, 2.5 years now?
Yes.
Okay.
As previously stated, the only reports that we have ever received to date were from our brethren here within the Riverhead Fire District, and that was in June of 2013. Those were 3 separate reports. All 3 involved, though, exempt entities, to my understanding. That is, folks or entities not chargeable under the town code provisions by way of either being a not-for-profit or an educational institution, which was the case with respect to those 3 charges.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Dick. Does anybody else wish to be heard on this subject? Yeah, you step up to the microphone and state your name and affiliation for the record.
Good afternoon, everyone. Michael Harrigan, Chairman of the Wading River Fire District. Thank you again for the Town Board, Councilman Dunleavy and Deputy Supervisor Jill Lewis for attending our board meeting this past Monday.
Thank you for
Not
inviting
yesterday.
me.
Not yesterday. Or this Monday. Some very good dialogue was brought up regarding this code. And I think as a district, we still are in favor of the continuance of the 70-30 provision. We recognize the support that Riverhead Fire District has promoted on behalf of their district for the position. We're still in favor of the funding for an additional fire marshal. We expressed that to Councilman Dunleavy and the Deputy Supervisor. I think one of the important points is that we may not have very well filed reports or false alarm request or reimbursement. And I think that maybe it was a misconception or misunderstanding of actually the code and the proper paperwork to be filed. And I think the conversation was more in the line of, well, if entities, business entities or corporate entities within the fire district for Wading River were being fined or there was a disconnect, we never received any type of documentation or wondering on behalf of the town board why we never even filed a false alarm report or however it's codified. So I think there's a somewhat fault on the fire district for not keeping up with it, but I think it's also a shared responsibility as well that we were never notified as well from the town as to, well, maybe this misinformation isn't being brought out more thoroughly or transparently. In summation, we recognize the efforts by the Riverhead Fire District and we respect their contribution and their decision. But we would like to actually still have active dialogue and continued dialogue with the town board as we all go through the same process to codify or change the code.
Commissioner Harrigan, what I would offer, and I've offered this to many of the chiefs in the fire districts, we meet every Thursday, almost every Thursday. Every once in a while, if there's a 5th Thursday in the month, we won't meet, but you guys are always welcome to come. If there's anything on your mind, just call the deputy supervisor, and you're welcome to come here. It's difficult for us to come to a meeting as a town board because then it has to be a duly noticed public meeting. But if you don't have a majority of the commissioners coming here, you would have the same issue as long as it's not a majority. But we do meet every week. And I think the town board is committed to taking this money. It would not be a lockbox, it's a general fund expense, but you have my word, and I think you have the board member's word, that the money, if we go forward with this code, will go to hire a fire inspector or fire marshal. We did advertise fire inspector, and it's actually a very good reason for doing this. And some people didn't like it, but there's not a list. So
Without, and I
lots of
understand.
people, I think we had 20 applications, so that gives us a real good, hopefully good crop of candidates, so.
As you already aware, and that's probably, the Civil Service Code also defines the work duties or the duties of that respective position. And we feel, as a district, that a fire marshal would provide better services to the entire town and our fire district as well.
Eventually, that fire inspector probably would get promoted to fire marshal. I mean, that's just the way things work, but.
I appreciate, again, the open dialogue, and I hope that we can continue moving forward and
Thank you.
on both ends.
Thank you,
So
Commissioner
thank you very
Harrigan.
much.
Anybody else?
Wait, excuse me, Dan, didn't you speak before the Chiefs Council?
I wouldn't get into that.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Councilman.
Yeah, that's okay, but, yeah.
Okay, I just want to know, you did speak to
Yeah.
Chiefs Council.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Steve Romano.
Hey, Steve.
I'm a little confused by the fire code alarm law. I thought that basically what was generating, or what generated the intent of the law, is that the town police department was visiting 4,000 or more false alarm calls per year, and that the intent of the law was, if we can get people to make sure that there are no false alarms, that should drop significantly, and the town would save money on their police expenditure. Where does the fire district have any expense? I'm not sure, and they might. I'm just asking a question. I don't know where their expense is. Is the call comes in, the police department goes, and then if there's a fire, they call the local fire department?
It's both. It was to cut back on the fire calls, and Commissioner Hamill is speaking next, so he might be able to speak more on behalf of the Riverhead Police District, Fire District. But it's both. It was try to reduce the 911 calls to the police department and to the fire department. These repetitive calls, where people just chose not to fix their alarm system. So it has worked. There's been a decrease in repetitive calls at this point. But it was both fire district and police district.
Right, whether it's a burglar alarm or a fire alarm.
Right. So, but in reality, if the law is successful, the amount of fines you would receive eventually should drop to zero.
That's correct.
Okay, so there would be no money either coming into the town. I know that's not going to happen, but I think I asked this a while back, and being our attorneys here, when at the start of the law there was over 4,000 calls, where are we now that we enacted the law? I know we collect the money, but are we at 3,000,
And I don't know.
2,500?
Do you know where we are on false alarm calls?
No, I wouldn't know how many false alarm calls we have.
All right, Dan McCormick can get us the number. So
Well, that's the point. It goes back to accountability. You create a law, and the idea of the law is to have some success. If Dan comes back to you and says we still have 4,000 calls, other than the fact that we're getting fines, maybe the law has to be looked at again, a better way to reduce it.
no, it has. I know the numbers have gone down. I just don't know by what.
Significantly, or?
I think fairly significantly.
Good.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
Commissioner Hamill can tell you what the Riverhead Fire Department numbers have gone down.
Good.
So when he talks after you.
Not to
you.
put Dennis on the spot.
Okay,
Put
yeah,
that
I'm-
aside the spot. But anyway, the problem we're having now is collecting the fines. Nobody wants to pay us. So, and now we're starting to make a little progress in collecting them. So that's one of our problems. Go ahead.
Hi, folks. How you doing?
If Commissioner Hamill, if you could state your name and affiliation for the record, that'd be great.
My name's Dennis Hamill, Fire Commissioner, Riverhead Fire District.
Welcome, sir.
Now to put some of this stuff to sleep. This law was made and voted on February 2nd, 2011. went into effect 6 months to a year later. Now, since then, Chief of Police, Lieutenant
Peaker.
Peter,
were created
Retired.
forms. They were given out at the council meetings. They were given at the district meetings. They were given at the chief's meetings. I don't understand why some districts didn't receive or understand how to do it. You have two gentlemen here, right there. There's one, and the other gentleman is right behind him, gentlemen, who have been to both meetings all the time, explained it. This gentleman right here made the form out. So it could be reported. That takes care of one
point to
problem.
the chief of police.
Yes, the chief of
Okay.
police. Now, the other problems are we respond to 800 alarms, automatic alarms a year. By law, when we are activated, we have to respond. It's no calling up and saying, hello, I'm sorry, don't come. We have to go, it's the law. I think that answers this gentleman's question right here. Now, to determine when they receive the alarms and the police department and the fire department respond to an alarm, if it's a hot dog on a stove burning, that's a good alarm.
Right.
The system is working, that's a good alarm. Now, if they go to another areas where the detector's faulty, not working correctly, malfunction, that's a false alarm. That's the one they get fined for. We respond to, since then, we have over 3,000 alarms the last 4 or 5 years alone. Now, I don't understand, we've been doing this for 2 or 3 years, going back and forth with chief councils, district councils, and discussing matters, and we can't seem to get together on something. So here, where it is together, finally, after many years of tugging, you have your work to do, we have our work to do. I'd like to see you put to bed, get your fire marshal, get your fire inspector. The Riverhead Fire District is behind it 100%. And if the other districts don't want to go along with it for that, then that's up to them. First of all, they have to file the paperwork to make the decision to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Hammond. Okay, would anybody else like to be heard on this subject? Not seeing anybody, I'll close the public portion. I'll leave it open for written comment to May 15th in the town clerk's office. The second public hearing was scheduled for, thank you for coming out on that meeting. And the second public hearing is also scheduled for 2:05, and it is now 2:30. I'm going to open up the public hearing for a consideration of a local law to amend Chapter 108 of the Riverhead Town Code entitled Zoning, Riverhead Town Code Supplementary Area Regulations, Merger of Lots.
This is simply a clerical correction, changing the existing word termed to deemed.
Okay.
Good thing we never went to litigation on that one.
So it's not changing the intent, the meaning, or the application of section 108-67.1.
You're just qualifying it.
It's actually clarifying it.
It is.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was a mistake when it went up to the state.
Exactly.
Does anybody wish to be heard on this matter? All right, not seeing anybody, I'll close the public comment portion, leave it open for written comment till May 15th. Third public hearing is scheduled for 2:10. It is now 2:30 still. This is a consideration of a proposed local law to add Chapter 2 entitled Agricultural Advisory Committee to the Riverhead Town Code. George, this is yours.
Yeah,
We'll open that public
The
hearing.
Ag Advisory Committee worked with Bill Duffy on this, drafted some legislation. Basically, we're codifying the formation of the Ag Advisory Committee, and it talks about the membership and the terms of office. As far as the powers and duties, I think there's 4 major components in that. And basically, the first would they have the ability to review all agriculture-related site plan application subdivisions. And that, you got to understand, it's an advisory capacity only. They just give recommendations to it. The other one would be their review of proposed zoning change in agricultural zoning districts. The third one would be they review local, county, state, and federal legislation affecting agricultural issues and communicate the effect of to the appropriate board or the town board. And pretty much they would serve as a vehicle for communication between the agricultural committee and the town board.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Does anybody wish to be heard on this public hearing? All right, George, thank you for your hard work on this. This is a long time in coming to kind of
Yes, fine.
perfect, if
We
you
already
will.
have an ag advisory committee, but
Right,
this
it's
just more or less
codifying it.
codifies
Yeah,
it.
and
also
gives them
given-
some site plans.
Site plan review, if it's related to agriculture.
Okay.
Just advisory.
Yep.
Advisory, but it makes up.
Okay. Perfect, so we'll close this public hearing. Comment portion, leave it open to written comment. Full written comment till May 15th, 4:30 in the town clerk's office. The fourth public hearing is scheduled for 2:15. That is now 2:31. This is a consideration of a proposed local law to amend Chapter 58 dogs of the Riverhead Town Code, outdoor restraint of pets. And we open that public hearing. And Jim, this is, I think, yours.
Yeah, this is just one that actually I was approached by RSVP, which is a local 501c3 that goes out to people's houses and helps with their dogs. A lot of times what they see are dogs that are undernourished, that are tethered by a chain that is not fit for that size dog and wrapped around trees, and the dog can't get the water, can't get the shade, can't get to a safe haven. So it basically prohibits the size and weight of chain that you can use, how long a dog can be outside for any length of time. It's all just, most of this doesn't affect most homeowners or dog owners because they take care of their pets. This is more for those that don't, where enforcement might need to be taken. And this mirrors exactly what Suffolk County has on their books. We wanted to mirror it on the Riverhead books so that we have some actionable when that would come across those type of conditions. So it's pretty reasonable. It's pretty common sense law. It talks about weights and it talks about the length of chains and tethering and
What some people do is before they go to work, they put the dog outside, so he can go to the bathroom all day, and 8 hours or 9 hours later, they come home and take the dog inside. And sometimes it gets 100 degrees or 90 degrees outside, and this dog's wrapped itself around a tree and can't get to the water, and it's really a tough time for the animals, so I think this is a good idea.
All right, does anybody else wish to be heard on this matter?
it's common
Yes,
sense legislation.
Warren, I just realized you have your banjo. Did you want to play something for a second?
That's not my banjo.
Oh, okay.
No, thank you. It's guitar.
Oh,
Very nice.
I have 2 dogs home, and, very.
Warren McKnight, River.
Warren McKnight, 824 Middle Road, Riverhead, New York. And the most important thing is enforcement. How are you going to enforce this, and what are the fines or warnings? And this is important. I mean, I'm always with my dogs.
Right, well, most responsible dog owners.
Yeah,
are.
exactly. They tell me what to do.
This is more or less going after the unresponsible.
Yeah,
dog
but the
owners.
point is enforcement, number one, and two, what is the consequences?
Well,
$500 fine.
$500.
Well, violation.
We're reactive, so we'd have to get a complaint from a neighbor or someone before we go out and observe. And of course, we would have to observe the violation before we could issue
With
a
this,
summons.
right, most of this, especially when it comes to enforcement, is complaint driven, as with most laws. So this would at least give the authority, a local authority, to go ahead and act on it instead of
Okay.
writing it county.
And would the,
The violation of the article constitutes subject to a fine up to $500. So
up to
it's-
500. Next question is, the person should be able to give their name when they call in and complain. That's important. But the second thing, if, unless they go to court, will the name be withheld when somebody goes to enforce it?
Well, when somebody goes to enforce this, they're gonna write the violation in their own observations.
Okay.
So I doubt if the person who complained would be brought into the law.
But they can complain anonymously too.
Right.
They don't have to give us their name. So, we have to go out, we have to observe it, and then write the summons on our observation.
Okay. All right. Don't tell Denise Lucas about this law.
Why?
Don't tell Denise Lucas about this law.
Why?
She'll They'll go through the whole town.
Actually, you know, this law was born out of somebody that does that right now, that goes far beyond just raising money for a new shelter. Her name is Kelly, and she works for RSVP, and she actually goes to residences' homes, and she takes care of dogs that are left in this condition. She works with the jail and has the inmates make dog houses, so she does a lot of this on her own. It's all through RSVP, so they're the ones that really needed this, because they come across conditions like this every now and then, and there's nothing really to.
Well, I remember we had a get-together with an exchange student we had in my house, and I had nobody to take care of my dogs. I didn't want to put her on a kennel. So Connie Farr came over. When I came back from this student that got married, came to this country, exchange student, my dogs were perfectly groomed and taken care of. She wouldn't take any money, so we got her flowers. But thank you. I just feel better. Thank you very much, Town Board.
All right, thank you. Does anybody else wish to be heard on this matter? All right, not seeing anybody. We will close the public comment portion, leave it open to written comment to May 15th in the town clerk's office. All right, the first resolution is... Oh, does anybody want to speak on the resolutions? That's right.
Can't mess up Sal.
Sal, you almost lost your opportunity there.
Sal Mastropolo, Calverton. Resolution number 315.
It's too early.
Therefore be it resolved. First of all, it's for the 2015 season. And should the statement say on each Thursday beginning July 2nd, 2015 from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.? I don't know if you wanted to go back and say you started in 14.
And that Thursday happens to be the 2nd?
Yes.
So it has to be the 2nd of the 9th?
Right.
It's 9th. 9th, you saying, Chris?
Yeah, this isn't the correct resolution. It's July 9, 2015, so I guess we could just make it.
Fix it right now, July 9th, 2015,
For the 2015 season.
and make it July 9th.
Right.
Okay, good. Perfect. Anybody else wish to be heard on resolutions?
Wow.
I make a motion.
Hold on.
Oh, one more.
Where was it? Resolution 319.
319.
Appoints an independent director to the Board of Riverhead. What is an independent director? Is that just a member, or is it something alongside the board that overviews the IDA board? I'm confused by the wording of that.
Me too. She's just a member.
Just so, it's just, directors in this case are members.
Yeah, she's a member.
She's
That's
a member.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know why they worded it that way.
I know.
Okay, could you also tell me how many members are on the town IDA?
5?
5? Are they paid?
No.
What's the process that you guys use to actually select the candidate that you chose? Is it something that the supervisor's office gets resumes?
no.
They run through personnel, actually.
We do, we advertise for this on the town website. I think there were actually, one of the
5.
newspapers might have picked it up. And we
5.
do interviews with the personnel committee, which is John, is it John? No, Jim and George.
They interviewed.
And then-
John sat in on this one.
No, yeah, I sat
Because he's
in
a
with,
liaison to the IDA, so he said.
liaison to IDA, so it was myself and Jim, right?
So there's usually two
Myself
board
and Jim.
members, and one member of my staff.
Okay, I got more questions on the ADA, but it doesn't really directly relate to this, so should I wait till
Are
the
they
end?
quick?
Yeah, they're quick.
Okay, go ahead.
More as a comment in regards to the IDA and what you read in the newspaper from the governor and how he feels a lot of the IDAs are not held accountable. They allow tax abatements with really no follow-up. But the thing that just, and I was telling Councilwoman Giglio before, the tax abatement for the new hotel on 58. Now, I thought you guys had basically said, if we're going to pick winners and losers, which I don't agree with, but that's what we do, let's try to keep it on Main Street. How the hell are why do we want to give a tax abatement to a hotel on the East End? I don't see that they have any vacancy problems, and I can assure you, if I call up as a Town of Riverhead resident and ask for a room rate, they don't give me any break. So it's just a little frustration. I don't understand it, and that cockamamie that they couldn't get the financing, well, get somebody else to build a hotel.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Does anybody else wish to be heard on resolutions?
I just want to answer his question. This one. Really, I just want to answer his question. The hotel, no large corporations get tax abatements. It's for the small business person. The fellow that owns the hotel has a franchise, just like 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, one guy could have 7 franchises. Well, he has a franchise for the hotel. He's going to bring over 100 contractual workers here to build this, so people in Riverhead are going to get hired to build the hotel. They're going to have 60 full-time jobs in a hotel, so he's going to bring jobs to Riverhead. That's what the IDA is here for, to bring jobs to Riverhead for the small business person. So because he's building a hotel, he's not a conglomerate, he's just a small business person that has a franchise. And in 10 years, and you have to look down the road, it'll bring taxes up double of after 5. 5, he's bringing up halfway, and 10, it'll go up all the way. And so you have to look down the road to help Riverhead out. It's not today, it's tomorrow that they look at.
All right, good. Does anybody else want to be heard on resolutions? Not saying.
All right, I make a motion, we close the town board meeting and open the community development agency meeting. So moved.
Seconded, moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The CDA meeting is now open.
All right, before you call it, Chris, did I tell you about the last house on 15th Street on the left? Did I?
What was that?
I told Bob Kozakevich, I told the town attorney's office, on 15th Street in Wading River, the last house on the left, the western end of 15th Street, south side of the road, it's vacant. I think it's got a sheriff's eviction notice, but it also looks like it may be owned by Suffolk County. Chief knows about it, code enforcement knows about it. They're gonna go over because it's a mess. We're gonna try to
Okay.
clean it up. But it might, if we could get it under 72H, take a look at that house.
I think they wait 3 years for the redemption period, but we could call the county
That's what I want you to do.
to get
Sorry,
them
I'm
to
so,
clean
so
it up.
out of order, but I keep forgetting this, and I walked
I'll-
past it
I'll
recently.
call
so.
to have them go take a look and
My
make sure
wife
it's
took me on
secured.
a new walk, so now I pass different houses. Okay, good.
Thank you. CDA resolution number 6 authorizes the chairman to execute a license agreement with Riverhead Adventures LLC.
So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
And the resolution is therefore duly adopted, and that completes the business of the CDA.
Made a motion?
Thank you. I make a motion, we close the community development agency meeting and reopen the town board meeting.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
The town board meeting is now reopened. Resolution 306.
306 is Archangel Holdings LLC Water Capital Project Budget Adoption. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 307.
New Well Construction Plan 17, 2014 capital project closure. So moved?
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 308.
Nightland Village Water Capital Project budget adoption. So
And
moved.
seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 309.
Recreation fund budget adjustment. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 310.
Another recreation fund budget adjustment. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 311.
Riverhead Scavenger Waste District, 2014 capital project closure. So moved?
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 312.
Riverhead Sewer District 2014 capital project closure. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 313.
Riverhead Water District 2014 capital project closures. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 314.
Appoints a temporary secretary to the Board of Assessment Review. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 315.
Establishes Thursday Farmers Market location for 2015 season. So moved.
As amended to July 9th and 2015.
15, right, as amended.
And seconded as amended.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 316.
Appoints a temporary part-time substitute maintenance mechanic 1 to the seniors program. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 317.
Appoints a provisional assistant water district superintendent, type 1B, treatment facility. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
I feel that this position is strongly needed because we did lose our superintendent of the water district, Gary Penzick, and we only have one person right now that is working around the clock to keep our water district functioning properly. This gentleman, it gets overtime if he's not appointed as a district superintendent. So the salaries work out to be the same, and I think that it's important to have 2 people working around the clock without the overtime, so I'll support it. Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes, he'll have to pass the civil service test to be permanently appointed. Right now, there's no list, so we have to wait for a test to be made so he can take it. I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 318.
318 ratifies approval of a leave of absence for a public safety dispatcher. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 319.
Okay, I think this one we're going to amend.
It appoints a
It should
a
say
member.
appoints,
Member.
appoints, what would be member?
Member
Appoints a
to the
member.
Board of Directors of the
Yeah.
Riverhead.
Right, appoints a member to the Board of Riverhead Industrial Development Agency. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved
As
and
amended.
Seconded as amended.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 320.
Appoints a part-time bus driver to the seniors program. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 321.
Accepts the highway superintendent's personal report, a request for town board resolution to effectuate personal requests. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution
I
adopted.
bend it over.
TMI.
322.
322 establishes a standard workday for an appointed official. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 323.
Appoints a temporary clerk to the tax receiver's office. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 324.
Ratifies the appointment of a call-in senior recreation leader to the recreation department. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 325.
Authorize the supervisor to execute deeds of gift to the New York State Museum. So moved.
I still don't know why they want all this stuff, but moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
One man show. Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
I got a lot of coal
They got a
behind
lot of
my old
stuff here.
office building built in the 20s. They could have that. Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 326.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement with Cummins Power Systems LLC regarding generator maintenance service for the Riverhead Water District. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 327.
Amends and corrects Resolution 282, adopted on April 21st, 2015, authorizing to publish and post for automotive parts for the town of Riverhead. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 328.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an extension agreement with the New York State Department of State regarding a Step 2 nomination Brownfields Opportunity Areas BOA grant. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 329.
Adopts a local law enacting Chapter 113 entitled Hunting of the River Town Code. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 330.
This office support of a grant application of the Riverhead Foundation for Marine Research and Preservation to conduct shoreline cleanups. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 331.
Approves the Chapter 90 application of Douglas Wald, and that's Sing East End 2015. It's a benefit for the East End Hospice, and that's Saturday, June 20th, 2015. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 332.
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement with National Association of Drug-Free Employees. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 333.
Authorizes co-sponsorship of weekly Saturday farmers market from May 23rd, 2015 to September 5th, 2015 with the Riverhead Business Improvement District Management Association Incorporated in the Riverhead Parking District, Riverfront Parking Lot, and authorize the supervisor to execute a license agreement with the design vendors, designated vendors. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 334.
Deems the special permit application of United Riverhead Terminal Incorporated as withdrawn. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 335.
Declares Darby Group Companies, Inc. in default regarding the subdivision titled Bidding Hollow Club. So moved.
Seconded.
Long time coming, moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
About time. Yes.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 336.
Offers support to New York State Legislature to amend the general municipal law in relation to the creation of the Peconic Bay Regional Transportation Council. Senate Bill number S 3957, Assembly Bill number A 5474. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 337.
Offer support of the New York State Legislature to amend Chapter 399 of the laws of 2008 relating to giving the Riverhead Town Board the decision to change speed limits. Senate Bill S.4485/A.6353. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 338.
338 states opposition to the increase in the size or weight of tractor-trailer trailers.
Can we amend this, what was her name, Jody? It wasn't Heather.
Melissa.
What was it, Melissa? We want to send it to Melissa from the Coalition Against Bigger Trucks too. Jill or I, or Jody should have her contact, but it's Melissa something.
Yep. I'll forward it to you, Diane.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
So if we could amend that so she gets a copy of that, that would be great as well.
I still move it.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 339.
Amends and corrects Resolution 300 adopted on April 21st, 2015, authorizing the publish and post a public notice to consider local law to update and adopt procurement policy pursuant to general municipal law. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
They're not giving charge by those of you for this, are
I don't know, ask Gannon, take it out of his salary.
we? Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 340.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post public notice of public hearing to consider a local law to amend Chapter 101 entitled Vehicles and Traffic of the Riverhead Town Code, and that's Toomey Avenue, weight limit of 8 tons. So moved.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 341.
Authorize the town clerk to publish and post a public notice to consider a local law to amend Chapter 108 entitled Zoning of the River Town Code. Addition of Article LX 111 Plan Development PD Zoning Use District. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes to the public hearing.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes, Republic.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 342.
Does this have to go, this has to go, get referred to the Suffolk County Planning Commission? Yeah, we gotta make sure we do that, because I don't know that the referral was just thinking about that, all this. Yeah, no, I know, do we know that has to go there?
Diane
We know that.
automatically does that every time she authorizes publish and post.
Just wanna make sure. Last thing we need is not to do that. Okay.
It always goes.
Yeah, we learned about that in 2003.
Sometimes we learn things the hard way. Okay, carry on.
342, accepts the resignation of a parking district advisory committee member. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yeah, this is Victor Preznowski, and he did a very good job when he was on the committee. I vote yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 343.
Appoints member to the Parking District Advisory Committee. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
And I'd like to welcome Parabel to town, yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 344.
Yay, this sets the date for the annual Riverhead Litter Awareness and Spring Cleanup. And that's on May 23rd, 2015. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 345.
Amended resolution number 301 of 2015, and authorization to publish advertisements for snack vendors for the town of Riverhead. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 346.
It amends Resolution 289 of 2015 and awards bid to Maggio Sanitation Services Incorporated for disposal and recycling of municipal solid waste. So moved.
And seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 347.
Authorize supervisor to execute an agreement for disciplinary charges for police officer. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
I'm gonna vote no because it's not attached.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
This is the one we talked about in executive session.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And we
Dunleavy.
would never attach it, I
Yes.
don't think.
No, you would never touch it.
Walter.
Yes.
Mark out the names.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 348.
Pays the bills.
And seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Giglio.
Yes.
Gabrielson.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Dunleavy.
Yes.
Walter.
Absolutely. Okay.
Resolution adopted.
Thank you. Now we open it up to public comment. Would anybody like to address the board on anything? Steve Romano.
Is it all right if I ask John a couple of questions in regards to his comments on the IDA? Or do I have to address the board in total?
You
'Cause-
can ask him, but is it something you want to have a private conversation with him about?
No,
We're not the IDA.
We're not the idea. We're just
right, you're not the IDA. The question that I would pose to John, because he made the comments, and there were a lot of valid points that he made, but I would say, suppose there was a large corporation that could have financed and without the tax abatement and would have provided the same construction jobs, same amount of jobs, wouldn't the town be better off?
well, to a large corporation.
That-
The IDA has never gave an payment to a large corporation, to a small business person, like the aquarium. That's not a large corporation, that's a business person coming to Riverhead. That Walmart, Target do not get abatements.
Well, that's my question, John. in other words, the town finances would have been better off with a larger corporation that wouldn't have gotten or needed the tax
The
abatement.
idea is here to bring small businesses and jobs to Riverhead. So I've never seen a large corporation come before the IDA.
In
But
regards to
usually they don't need it.
in regards to a small business, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I may have seen this, or my understanding is the gentleman owns 4 or 5 hotels, and I could be wrong. Is that considered small business? Because I'm assuming a hotel is a multi-million-dollar operation.
He has a franchise with Hilton for 2 hotels, one in Ronkonkoma, one out here. He has a franchise agreement with the one he's putting up now in Riverhead, and he has one in Ronkonkoma. It's the only,
And we would consider that small business?
he's still a business person. It's just like a guy who owns 10 7-Elevens or McDonald's. They're a small business person, but they have franchises.
Okay, let's say we'll have to agree
You
to
don't pay-
disagree.
you don't- It doesn't have a board.
It might be better to have a private
Yeah,
conversation on this.
no, like I said, your point's valid and well taken. I just happen to disagree.
Yeah.
In regards to the fire code, when Commissioner Hamill was walking out, I got a chance to talk to him, and I think this is one of the issues I was pushing with the board for a lot more details, because he said to me, I said, Commissioner, do you keep a breakdown of the fire alarm codes, calls in versus residential, commercial, nonprofits? And he says, yes, we do. And I said, well, what do you think? He said, a lot of calls fall out of the code that you guys created, and they're repetitious. Nonprofits, schools, residential. You know, we might have to rethink this law, and at some point, those people are going to have to pay the price too if we really want to have a reduction.
They do not cover residential.
Right.
Okay?
That's what I'm saying.
So, no, we can't, because,
Why?
we have to start with commercial to see how it operates.
But if and I don't know this for a fact, but let's say there was 4,000 calls and 3,000 were residential. I don't think that's the case. I think it was a reverse. But if we get to the point where you finally square away all the business accounts, and then we find out there's 2,000 calls coming as nonprofits and residential, you're going to have to address that, no?
Absolutely agree.
Yes,
Okay.
this code can be changed at any time. We just have to watch and see what happens, and then if things progress like you just said,
Mhm.
then the code would have to be looked at and changed.
Okay.
Okay, we
Good.
don't like to punish not-for-profits or residential people.
But if they don't do the right thing at some
If they
point.
don't do the right thing, the code can be changed.
And my final question is more, I know there was a time where RCA was dumped at the EPCAL, and I've been out of kind of the loop. Was that positively resolved? I know it was.
Yeah, I think that's been hauled, I don't know if it's actually been hauled off yet, but it was approved by the DEC to go to the Brookhaven landfill, and it either has been taken away or it's in the process, in the hopper to be taken away.
And so it couldn't have been used for the track or whatever they wanted to use it for.
No, the town.
Can the town do it, or?
Highway Department is going to do it. They may have done it already.
Right.
I'm not sure. I just know that it was approved. to be
So it
disposed
turned out on more of a positive, I mean, not the positive note everybody hoped for, but not, because when I think I was watching the show when you were concerned that maybe we couldn't get rid of it or something like that.
Yeah, it had low levels of pesticides, and some other organic material.
Yeah, I know, it came back to bite him. I mean,
It was there, the tension was there.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
that,
and you know what's interesting is that he picked up a load that same day from the same supplier and brought it to the highway yard, and that tested with nothing. He could keep it and use it for the road bed.
that's crazy, right? Yeah, and,
Yeah,
and the
crazy.
guy that was getting rid of it, I mean, he wasn't doing anything malicious, was he? I mean,
No, he didn't have a permit. He doesn't have a permit.
Permit.
You're not allowed to take that material from a facility that doesn't have a permit. He's not supposed to be generating that material, and that's a separate issue the DEC is addressing.
Right. Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just the fact that it was free through some red flags.
Anybody else wish to be heard tonight? Yes, after this young lady, and then you, Warren, and that would be fun. And who's going to play the guitar for us? Oh, nice.
Patricia Holland, Northville. I went to a multiple sclerosis support group meeting last night, and one of the ladies said that she or her group tried to contact Riverhead about, we in theory, I think, we have some sort of a handicapped or accessible, and Jim's saying yes. So when do they meet and where do they meet? And is it open the way this meeting would be?
It is. Actually, we haven't met in about 2 months now, but I just met with a group called Adam, and we're putting together a forum for probably mid-June. So if you can get a hold of, well, if I can see you after the meeting, I'll sit with Chris and I'll show you the meeting of that date.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Warren?
Harriet
Bring on
invites
birthday cake.
everybody after the meeting to have
Her house?
donuts and cake with her.
Oh, we forgot
In
about
the
that.
lobby, in the lobby.
Thank you.
All right, I knew we were going to
Including
thank you.
Bob.
Include Bob. And this young man in the back, do you want to speak to us, sir?
Yes, sir.
Or play us a tune on your guitar?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Uh-oh.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Trevor Harden. I am the founder and president of the People of African Descent International Alliance. We are an organization of educated, talented, and strong-minded individuals who want true unity, justice, and equality. We are aware of the current state of racial tension here in America, and we desire to address the source of this problem. Now, we see the source of the problem is the fact that African Americans were enslaved during the foundation of this government here in America. In the same sense that the Patriots declared their independence stating no taxation without representation, we're saying that no race should be subjected to a form of government that began with the enslavement of their race. And we add to that to say that no gender should be subjected to a form of government that they had no representation during the foundation of it either. So my question is, what steps is the town of Riverhead prepared to take to correct this problem?
About the formation of the government?
Yes.
Our government is formed under New York State town law. We don't have the ability really to change that. That's something that's done by the state legislature. So if the state legislature, but I'll go one step further, there's lots of forms of government we should just abolish because we don't need them anymore. They're
I agree.
From a bygone era, but our system of government is formed by the New York State legislature. You would have to address the New York State legislature. We're really bound in sum and substance by New York State town law.
Okay, that's perfectly understandable. Thank you for that answer.
And you're right about racial tensions. Wouldn't it be wonderful a day that nobody saw color?
That's the whole thing that brought me to this point, is the fact that we're being killed and being thrown in jail. And I come up with a philosophy that states, where death or imprisonment is the penalty for resisting against oppression, there is tyranny. So this government is a tyrant to us as African people because we're being killed and thrown in jail because we're trying to resist against a system that literally started with the enslavement of our race.
Where are you from?
I'm from right here, born and raised, right here in Riverhead.
There's plenty of opportunities for you to get involved. We're doing something interesting. I mean, actually tonight, because we've got a lot of issues with the Hispanic population, Curtis Sliwa and the Guardian Angels are actually coming to town tonight to start recruitment for the Guardian Angels. So there's maybe some opportunities there. I think that's a wonderful opportunity because, how do I say this gently? Somebody that looks like me doesn't necessarily get invited into the Hispanic community or maybe even into other communities.
Right.
And so we're trying to have our police department work with organizations like the Guardian Angels. That may be an opportunity for you or your group. We have the Anti-Bias Task Force, which meets now on a regular basis.
Yes.
We pray a lot in this town, so that's
I see, and I love that. I love that you started with the prayer. I love that.
And so there's a lot of opportunities for you to get involved. But, you know, the Guardian Angels, the Anti-Bias Task Force are the two sort of bigger things that we've changed. But it's until you don't recognize my white skin and I don't recognize your black skin, we're screwed. I don't know when that happens.
That is it. And that's what I'm telling people. We are a human race, and we have to get on one accord with the fact that we are all one race.
God didn't make me any different than He made you.
Exactly. So, without further ado, I would like to play a song for you all, if that's okay.
It is wonderful.
Can I just say one thing? I can tell you, as a guy that was raised in the 70s, and I have a 10-year-old daughter, each generation is better.
Yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does.
We are coming to...
Progressing. Pax et progressum, ex prosperitas.
The world's a
for the
different place
progression.
now than it was 40 years ago.
And we're all
But
elected
it's through this,
officials.
it's through communication, it's through activism, it's through politics, it's through all of that.
And we're all elected officials, so whatever nationality or race, you can either join any of the parties and put yourself up for election, and the people then will come and elect, and it's open to everybody, so.
Right.
I applaud everybody to get involved in the election process, and if you want to be a person like us sitting up here, then get to your party and ask them what you have to do to get on the ballot.
And what is the name of the organization?
The People of African Descent International Alliance. The acronym is POADIA, POADIA.
Okay.
We're on Facebook, based mostly on Facebook. We were established.
National organization?
International.
International.
We're based off Facebook, established, founded in 2013 in the wake of the Trayvon Martin George Zimmerman verdict. I set out to pretty much address the source of our problems. I asked myself, what is the problem that we face as African Americans in this country? And lo and behold, like I said, I got to the very source of it, and that is the fact that.
Commonalities, but I think it's territorial as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the anti-bias task force meets once a month, and anybody can come.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely
So
be
you
attending
just have
that
to call our coordinator and find out when the next meeting is, and come, and they listen to everybody and their concerns.
Good. That's great to hear.
It's race relations are, I think Jim said it correctly. As each generation comes, I hope and pray that tensions go away, because it's got to be that way. But even myself, you look at certain situations and you shake your head. How does this happen in this country?
Yeah.
The one thing I want to say, it's a G-rated program, so whatever you're singing, G-rated, right?
Yes. It's all gospel, all soul
Oh,
music,
good.
all soul music. As a matter of fact,
So if you want to, do you want to sit? The microphones are on the table there. If you want to sit and face the cameras, that would be fine.
Sure.
You want to sit or stand? That's up to you.
I'll stand. I have a strap.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love this job. You get to meet so many different people that you never would get to meet. A little hot. I took mine off when I started. Shouldn't do that, but there you go. You got the Bible out there.
Oh yeah.
Where were you reading from?
Everywhere I go.
Where were you reading from?
From Matthew 21:12, where it says, Jesus entered the temple area and drove out all who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those who were selling doves. It is written, he said unto them, my house will be called the house of prayer, but you are making it into a den of robbers. Now, this song I wrote is called Treasury. And I wrote this song during an argument I was having with my girlfriend after I lost my job and my unemployment ran out and I couldn't find another job. So, lo and behold, Treasury. I don't make no money. I guess that's why I'm always broke. I bet you think it's funny, but that's the only life I know. 'Cause when you're in on the
money. I guess that's why I'm always broke. I bet you think it's funny, but I don't mean it as a joke. 'Cause when you're in love, you won't be in time. When you're in time, you're only in line. Yeah. I guess that's just my story. I'm telling you the way to live. 'Cause I don't use the money. I just got this precious gift. And when you're in love, you won't be in time. And when you're in time, you won't be in line. Yeah.
Very good. Nice, thank you. Trevor, are you working now?
No, I'm not. I'm unemployed, homeless actually, sleeping on a couch. And I come in town every day. I catch the bus. I go down to the riverfront. And I sit out there and I play my songs right there at the river. And
What'd you do before?
I was working at Adchem Industries behind Applebee's.
Right.
I got fired from there in 2013. Since then, I was working as a taxi driver, but my license got suspended, so I wasn't able to do that anymore. And right now, I'm just looking for a job, man.
So I was going to say, bus driver doesn't work for you right now because we are interviewing for a bus driver. All right, make sure you stay in touch and make sure you check this.
Harden, Hardin.
Make sure you stay in touch. Our personnel director, do you have access to a computer?
Yes, I do. I got a smartphone.
We do post jobs on our website. The only one is bus driver. That's not going to work. You got to correct the license thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that straightened out now.
But
The highway department.
you got to drive there too. But you got to.
But I think with his musical talent and his thing.
You gotta send an audition to American Idol.
Actually, this Saturday at Vines and Hops on Main Street, the owner offered me a gig there. He offered me to play, so I'll be there at 9:30.
Where's this?
Vines and Hops, right on Main Street. You're all more than welcome to come. I would love to see you there.
Okay.
We also got the Riverhead Idol. You should be trying out for the Riverhead Idol.
It's a
Teen Idol.
Yes, it is.
Teen Idol. Well, the personnel director is if you make a right out of this door and all the way down to the end of the hallway, that's the personnel office. You can check with her. You should, I mean, they're not musical jobs, but periodically there's town jobs. She has access to the county jobs. Feel free to use her as a resource and stay in touch.
Okay, will do.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
We went to the concert.
And may God be with you, Trevor. Thank you. Harriet, would you like to speak?
She wants to go. Oh, yeah, they were very big in the city.
She's gonna sing.
First of all, thank you for the proclamation. And the strange thing is, I sort of, in a strange way, brought something similar to what he brought. You know.
Pull a gun on her, right?
Because he's right, this
You gotta face the camera.
racial tension for some reason is getting worse. I don't know why, but it is. But this won the, here we go. Yeah, this won the Academy Award. So if it won the Academy Award, good enough to recite. Won the Academy
Glory,
Award for
so
the
glory.
song.
Are you gonna sing?
I'm just gonna recite
Read?
it.
Okay.
One day when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be here sure. Oh, glory, glory, oh, glory, glory. Hands to the heavens. No man, no weapon formed against. Yes, glory is destined. Every day women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skins become blessings. The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. That's why Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up. When it goes down, we woman and man up. They say stay down and we stand up. Shots we on the ground, the camera panned up. King pointed to the mountaintop and we ran up. One day when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be here sure. Oh, glory, glory, oh, glory, glory. Now the war is not over, victory isn't won. And we'll fight on to the finish, then when it's all done, we'll cry glory. We'll cry glory, glory, glory. Selma's now for every man, woman, and child. Even Jesus got his crown in front of a crowd. They marched with the torch, we gon' run with it now, never look back. We done gone hundreds of miles from dark roads he rose to become a hero. Facing the League of Justice, the power was the people. Enemy is lethal, the king became regal. Saw the face of Jim Crow under a bald eagle. The biggest weapon is to stay peaceful. We sing, our music somewhere is the dream. We had an epiphany. Now we right the wrongs in history. No one can win the war individually. It takes the wisdom of the elders and young people's energy. Welcome to the story we call victory, coming of the Lord. My eyes have seen the glory. One day when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be here sure. Sure, oh glory, glory, oh glory, 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 when the war is done, when it's all said and done, we'll cry glory, oh glory.
Trevor, I bet you didn't see that one coming. See how God works right there, my friend? Harry.
Very good, Harry.
Amazing, thank you.
And thank you for the proclamation.
And everybody's welcome to some cake and donuts with Harriet. Does anybody else wish to be heard tonight?
Thank you.
All right.
Motion that we close the town board meeting.
Second, all in favor, aye, opposed, abstentions, motion carried. We're adjourned, folks. Thank you very much for coming out.